Hello dear kids, today in this video we are going to discuss question answers of poem 2 Daffodils, which is written by William Wordsworth. So dear kids, we have seen the explanation of this poem in our previous videos. If you have missed by chance, please watch the video. Today we are going to discuss question and answers, page number 39, poem appreciation. So, answer the following question. This is question number 1. What does the speaker mean when he says, I wandered lonely as a cloud? What was he doing at the time? So, we have read that the speaker means that he was alone, right? Lonely as a cloud. So, he was alone, lonely and without a purpose like a cloud, and he was walking in the hills. So, suddenly he saw a sight of daffodils. What idea does the speaker convey when he compares the daffodils with the stars? So, when the speaker compares the daffodils with the star in the second stanza, you have read that, he is essentially saying that the daffodils on the ground are as many as there are stars in the sky. Means countless. They grow along the banks of the lake like the stars that shine in the Milky Way. So, he has compared the stars here with the with daffodils. How does the speaker feel on seeing the sight? Point out the words that hint at the speaker's feeling. So, the sight of the happy daffodils immediately lifts the speaker's mood. He is no longer lonely and alone, but feels joyful, and the word a poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company tell us. Okay, so these words which are given in the poem in the third stanza and fourth line, in such a jocund company, these words tell us this, that he is not, now his mood has changed, he is not feeling lonely. Next is, did the speaker never forget the sight of daffodils? What effect did it have on the speaker? So, here you have to write down R also. By mistake I forgot to write down R and question mark. No, the speaker did not forget the sight of the daffodils, and the memory of the daffodils remains with him forever. When he felt lonely or unhappy, he thought of daffodils and felt better. His loneliness and sorrow seemed to vanish when thinking about the daffodils. Okay, so this you have to write down. The question, listen again. Did the speaker never forget the sight of daffodils? So no, right? Whenever he was sitting free and in free mood, he just got the sight of that. In his memory, he just got the sight of the daffodils. Right? This was in question number 1. Question number 2 is reference to context, and the stanza and the lines given to you in your book are, please listen carefully. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not be but gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth to show me had brought. So, this he has taken from second stanza. And the question number 1 says, who or what is they in the above lines? So, they in the above lines refers to daffodils. Now, let us talk about answer number B of second question, references to context. Why does the speaker say a poet could not be but gay in such a jocund company? Does being a poet make the sight of daffodils more special? Why or why not? So, here the answer you can write down. The speaker felt happy and joyful in such a joyful and carefree company, or you may write down the jocund company. Yes, being a poet makes the sight of daffodils more special, and the speaker enjoyed the sight of daffodils but did not realize that it is a great gift. Question number C of second, reference to context. What wealth is the speaker talking about in the poem? So, the memory of the daffodils is the wealth that the speaker is talking about, and the poet felt joyful and happy to see golden daffodils gleaming and twinkling in the sunshine. This memory helps when he is unhappy or thoughtful. Next, you have to see the poetic devices given in the yellow box of your book. So, here they are talking about the pathetic fallacy right? So let's understand what is this. Pathetic fallacy is a literary device that attributes human emotions and actions to the things that surround the speaker. Okay, what is it? Pathetic fallacy is a literary device that attributes human emotions and actions to the things that surround the speaker. It is some way but not entirely similar to personification. Like here he is talking that the daffodils were fluttering and dancing, but in the not the same way as personification. It is used to hint the speaker's state of mind and the feeling. For instance, a speaker is in happy mood, can look up at the moon and describe it as smiling. Okay, the moon was smiling. So it is what? That is, if he is saying the moon is smiling, it was bright and glorious. So this is known as pathetic fallacy, right? But in a gloomy mood, the same moon can be described as frowning, indifferent, distant. So that is pathetic fallacy. That depends on his happy and sad mood. So in the first, you have to do, the speaker uses pathetic fallacy to talk about the daffodils or other inanimate objects. Write down instances where he does that. So he has done, he was happy actually. So in his happy mood he does this. Lonely as a cloud that floats on high hills. So that describes poet's mood when he started out on his walk, right? So it's a description of poet's mood. After he saw the daffodils nodding their heads in the sprightly dance, out did the waves in glee in such a jocund company when he felt better. So these two pathetic fallacies he has done here. Question number 2 is, what do you gather about speaker's emotion and mood by the way he uses pathetic fallacy in the poem? So the speaker initially felt lonely, but the sight of the daffodils changed his feeling and he felt joyful. Toward the end of the poem, the memory of the daffodils help when he is unhappy. Question number 3 is, underline the places where the speaker uses simile in the poem. So simile was the direct comparison between two things by using the words as and like. So simile is where I wandered lonely as a cloud. So he compared himself as a cloud, and continuous as the stars that shine. So here he has described, in the second line he has described the daffodils with the stars. So dear kids, these were the question and answers of this poem Daffodils. I hope you understood. Note down these questions and answers in your notebook and learn them for examination. Thank you very much. Stay safe, stay healthy.